Welcome to my world. Focused on the top of my freezer here. I've been tackling areas of my home that are cluttery and getting them under control. I have an itemized list of all the food that we have available in my home, including these bins and what's on top of the freezer. I haven't been in them in a while, so I need a refresher. We're going to take everything off the freezer. We're going to go through it all, consolidate it, downsize if needed, check expiration dates. Nothing is new, so I don't need to rotate stock. Then I'm going to group things together and similar items together in bins to make it look less messy. Hey everyone, we're going to start by taking everything off the top of my freezer. All the food, the bins, the shelf risers, everything you see in front of you, including what's behind it. We got a big job here ahead of us. I want to get these contained and under control. I want to refresh myself of what's up here so I don't overbuy. Then I want to consolidate and organize it all and make sure it's not an eyesore. It's very cluttery up there and messy. I'm going to wipe it clean before anything goes back up there. But before we even do that, I'm going to show you everything on the table. We're going to weed through everything and consolidate everything that was on top of the freezer by utilizing mug racks to create 50% more space. I was able to put a lot of food away where I don't have a pantry and I have to create and make places for them. When you declutter and organize, always wipe down areas where you're going to put things back to make sure they are clean. Long view of all the food that was on top of the freezer. I'm going to go through all the bins and put them into categories. So when we put things back, we can consolidate and make everything more uniform. It helps to go through all of your bins and then categorize everything that's in them, especially when you want to declutter and organize them. You should take everything out and group like items together, such as condiments, cheese packets, beans and rice, mashed potato packets, and other items that are similar sizes, similar shapes, colors, similar packaging, just to keep it decluttered and not an eyesore. I'm grouping things together: baking supplies, pasta, mac and cheese, spices, condiments. I have matching bins for everything. That's okay. Put them to the back or towards the bottom where nobody's going to see them when they walk in, and you can still utilize them. Make sure you have liked items in them and categorize them and label them if you can. I don't label because my family doesn't read the labels anyway. All sorted in categories with spices, baking, mac and cheese, pasta, beans, and rice. So we're going to read through all of this, make sure the dates are good, and put them into bins. This first bin is going to be strictly for spices and condiments. Get everything in there, a gravy packet, and then my cheese packets and the sprinkles for ice cream. They're overstock. And always play around until you get things to the way you like. Nothing's ever set in stone. I'm going to itemize my list further on my phone. Everything in here I'm going to jot down. The pumpkin spice, the ground cinnamon, vanilla, cheese packets, mustard, so on and so forth. As I mentioned, if you don't have matching bins, no problem. I'll put them to the back and use shelf risers for extra space. It doesn't match, so it's put to the back of the freezer top. And I put the mug racks back up there. I can utilize the space underneath it, and I have a clear bin that's going to go behind on the left-hand side that's going to house a lot of pasta. I'm going to write down how many mac and cheeses I have, and everything that's going to go into the bin like I did with the spices. Another non-matching bin that will go to the back of the freezer top. I'm putting pasta in it. Always good to write things down. I have 2 rigatoni, 1 elbow, and 2 Kraft Deluxe. That is all that's going to go into that bin. And I'm going to see if my mac and cheeses will fit into my jelly cupboard that we did a few days ago. This bin is going to be beans and rice in packets. Well prepped pantry will have all of these items. Stockpile them if you can. I usually pick them up at Dollar Tree. I'm going to write all that down and then put them in the bin. When you're doing a big job, such as decluttering your pantry, it's always good to refresh yourself of what's available on your shelves or wherever you store your food. So as we're doing this, we're jotting everything down and categorizing them in bins. And they don't use labels because my family doesn't pay attention to them, and it's just extra clutter. I'm going to place that bin on the mug shelf. The bin is going to use all my baking products in it. And again, I'm going to make sure I write everything down and the quantity of each one of them. Then later on, I'm going to put that information into my phone onto my master's list. This other bin, I'm going to house pancakes and other baking essentials like frosting, apple pie filling. Then I'm going to make sure everything is written down. And then whatever's left over, we're going to sort and put it away in another spot. Refreshing myself on what's up there, I have an itemized list that's going to go to the master's list of everything that's in there. And I'm going to quickly go through the jelly cabinet and jot everything down that's in there to add to the master's list as well. And everything on the silver shelves all the way to the left is already itemized and onto my phone. And I think I have a well-prepped pantry for my home, and I can utilize this when I meal plan. And meal plan from here first before we go to the supermarket. We always try to use what's in our freezer first, unless it's a really good sale and we're adding on. I know we're going to be buying pork ribs and pork chops soon to add back into the freezer, as well as ground beef. And we buy them bulk at BJ's. Now we're going to take care of this jelly cupboard. We did this about a week or so ago. And I'm going to write everything down in it because I didn't do it that day, and add everything into my master's list on my phone. So when I shop, I know I'm not going to need to buy rigatoni, applesauce in the big jar, diced tomatoes, cheesy rice, or anything of that nature. And making sure I stay on top of my list, and when the new items do come in, if I'm getting low, to rotate my stock and the new go to the back of the shelf. Cupboard, I added in 2 more macaronis of rigatoni, Aunt cheesy rice, 3 more ramen, dressings and other condiments, canned goods such as green beans, pinto beans, black beans. Then I added on from the bottom the pudding, the cookies, and the packet of oatmeal that you can't see. I keep my cord in there so I don't lose it when I'm crafting. And tucked on the right hand side on the bottom shelf, right above the bin, are 2 big jars of Mott's applesauce. So all that's now written down. I'm going to take care of some of the stuff on the table I will be using. I thought it was out and I found a jar hidden on top. I'm going to be using the pie crust soon, and the granola bars can go into the snack bin, and the boxed non-name brand as well as the SpaghettiOs can go into the donation bin for the senior center up the road. For this video, this is all going to go into my phone, this information. I'll see if I can share a screenshot onto our Facebook page and group so you can take a look to see what I have in stock. And if you want to duplicate it for your own home to be organized and prepared, use bins and shelf risers to create more space in your pantry area. I don't have an actual pantry. We utilized a closet that was being misused, turned it into a pantry. And then I have to use this side of the wall in my dining area where the freezer is and keep it clean, contained, and clutter-free so it's not an eyesore when people come into your home. Now there's some ways to conceal this, which will be a completely other video. I'm looking to get extension rods and curtains to cover the silver racks at least. And now the top of the freezer is under control. And once again, I'm refreshed of what's in it. If you would like to win a gift card from Let Us Eat, you need to be subscribed, a U.S. resident. You need to comment if you are new, and say hi, become a part of our community. Always be kind. We need 11 more people to give out one 5-item surprise pack from the Dollar Tree valued at $6.25. The rules are you have to be subscribed and a U.S. resident. If you've won in the past 60 days, you have to wait out 60 days. If your name is called, 2 days expire, you'll be disqualified. If it's something extreme or urgent that happened to you, give me an email, countryboots1268@yahoo.com, and we'll get that gift card on your way. Just let me know and talk to me. Thank you so much for everyone's support. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for watching.